He just keeps rolling along.
Picture this, the golden era of Motown, a time when music wasn't just sound but a movement, a vibrant tapestry woven with the threads of passion, struggle, and triumph. Amidst the constellation of stars that lit the sky of this epoch, one luminary often remained in the shadow, his brilliance understated, his contributions monumental, yet silently acknowledged. This is the untold story of Melvin "Blue" Franklin, the gentle giant whose voice was a force of nature, whose heart was as deep as the bass notes he effortlessly delivered. Think of the Deep South in the early 1940s, a time and place where the rhythm of life was set to the backdrop of significant social and economic challenges. Born into this world was David Melvin English, who would later be known as Melvin Franklin, on October 12, 1942, in Montgomery, Alabama. His entrance into the world was under less than ideal circumstances. His mother, Rose English, was just a teenager, and his birth was the result of a grievous betrayal, a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities and hardships faced by African-American women in that era. Rose English, who Melvin would affectionately call Mama Rose, was a young woman of remarkable strength and resilience. Despite the societal stigma of being a teenage mother, she endeavored to provide for her son, instilling in him values of perseverance and tenacity. Willard Franklin, the man Melvin would come to know as his stepfather, played a pivotal role in his life, offering a semblance of stability and normalcy in a world fraught with uncertainty. It was from Willard that Melvin adopted his surname, a symbolic gesture that marked a new chapter in their lives together. However, the foundational elements of Melvin's character and his profound connection to music were cultivated under the watchful eyes of his grandmother and aunt. In their care, young Melvin was introduced to the rich tapestry of African-American musical traditions, from gospel to blues, which echoed through the family home. These early experiences in a household filled with music and moral guidance deeply entrenched his roots in both the artistic and ethical principles that would guide him throughout his life.
So many changes in all group personnel. You two have been here since the beginning. How have you been able to maintain? We talked about all the different eras of music. How did you do it?
I think that we've been very fortunate. The people seem to enjoy what the Temptations represent. I can tell because you always have us on your show.
This period of Melvin's life was not just about the hardships or the adversity faced by his family. It was a testament to the power of community, family, and music as sources of resilience and inspiration. The stories and songs he absorbed from his elders were not merely entertainment, but life lessons wrapped in melody and rhythm. They taught him about the struggles and triumphs of his ancestors, imbuing him with a sense of pride and a deep understanding of his cultural heritage. As Melvin grew, so did his vocal abilities, which were nurtured in the church choir and at family gatherings. His voice, even from a young age, had a depth and richness that was uncommon, resonating with the echoes of the music that had surrounded him since birth. It was this voice that would become his passport to the burgeoning music scene of Detroit, a city that promised new opportunities and was to play a central role in the next chapter of his life.
He is the leader, founder, and backbone of the Temptations.
Through the lens of Melvin Franklin's early years, we see not just the formation of a musical icon, but the story of a young boy who, against all odds, found his voice in a world that often tried to silence it. His journey from Montgomery to Detroit is a reflection of the Great Migration, a period when millions of African Americans moved from the rural South to the urban North in search of a better life. For Melvin, this move was not just geographical but symbolic, marking his transition from the confines of adversity to the expansive possibilities of music and fame. Fast forward to Detroit, where Franklin's vocal prowess began to shine. By the age of 15, he was already performing under the stage name Melvin Franklin, a nod to the father figure who steered his life in new directions. His voice, a deep, mesmerizing bass, became his passport to the burgeoning music scene of Detroit, eventually leading him to cross paths with Otis Williams. This encounter, initially marred by misunderstanding and fear, blossomed into a lifelong friendship, and a partnership that would define an era of music. The Temptations, a name synonymous with Motown's golden age, became the vessel through which Franklin's talent poured into the world.
I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
His voice, described as magical, was not just an instrument but an embodiment of his spirit, gentle yet powerful, capable of stirring the deepest emotions. Franklin's humility and loyalty, particularly to Otis Williams, cemented the foundation of the Temptations. Despite the limelight often favoring others, Franklin's contribution was indispensable, his presence, the glue that held the group together through its highs and lows. You probably heard of the glamorous side of fame and success, but the life of Melvin Franklin offers a deeper, more complex narrative that extends far beyond the glittering lights and musical accolades. His journey was marked not only by the harmonies he created, but also by the personal battles he fought, the courage he displayed, and his unwavering commitment to artistic integrity. This narrative is punctuated by an event that demonstrated his valor in a way few could imagine. Outside a West Hollywood salon, Franklin found himself in a life-threatening situation, a carjacking attempt that escalated into violence. In this moment of crisis, Franklin's response was not one of surrender, but of courage, defending himself despite the imminent danger. This incident, while horrifying, illuminated the profound bravery that defined him not just as an artist, but as a human being. Beyond the physical threats, Franklin's life was a continuous battle with health issues, a struggle that would remain largely hidden from the public eye. The toll of performing night after night, the relentless travel, and the pressures of living up to the expectations of fame exacerbated these health challenges. Yet despite these hurdles, Franklin's dedication to his craft and his fellow bandmates never wavered. His resilience in the face of illness and adversity was a testament to his character, embodying the spirit of a man who refused to let his circumstances dictate the terms of his life. Franklin's commitment to his art was matched by his loyalty to the Temptations, a bond that transcended the usual ties between band members. To him, the group was not just a platform for his musical expression, but a family bound together by shared experiences, dreams, and the trials they faced together. This sense of loyalty and dedication was a cornerstone of his identity, shaping his interactions with others and guiding his decisions both on and off the stage. The narrative of Melvin Franklin is thus a mosaic of triumphs and trials, a life lived with a depth of passion and perseverance that few can claim. His story is a reminder of the human dimension behind the music, the personal sacrifices, and the moral courage required to stay true to oneself in the face of adversity. Franklin's legacy is not merely measured by the records he sold or the awards he won, but by the indelible mark he left on those who knew him and the music industry at large. In reflecting on Franklin's journey, we are reminded of the complexity of the human spirit, the capacity for resilience in the face of daunting challenges, and the power of music to both reflect and transcend the human condition. His battles, both personal and professional, underscore the reality that the path to success is often fraught with obstacles, but also that courage and commitment can lead one through the darkest of times. Franklin's life story is a narrative of perseverance, a chronicle of a man who, despite everything, remained true to himself, his art, and the people he held dear. The legacy of Melvin "Blue" Franklin is a tapestry of musical genius, personal resilience, and an unwavering loyalty to those he loved. His voice, a cornerstone of The Temptations' success, remains a testament to his undying spirit. Awards and accolades like the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award and induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, while posthumous, are a recognition of his contribution to the fabric of American music. In remembering Franklin, we recall not just the songs that defined a generation, but the man behind the music. A man whose life was a melody of highs and lows, harmonies and dissonances, but always, always, a beautiful song. Melvin Blue. Franklin's story is a reminder that behind every note of triumph is a journey of struggle, behind every melody, a life lived with passion and perseverance. He may have left us, but his voice, his legacy, and his spirit resonate through time, a beacon for those who believe in the power of music to transcend the temporal and touch the eternal. As we look back on the life of Melvin "Blue" Franklin, let us not just see the shadow he cast, but the light he brought into the world. A light that continues to shine, illuminating the path for future generations. In the annals of music history, Franklin's story is a vivid chapter of unsung heroism, a narrative that deserves to be told and retold, a melody that will never fade. I hope you loved Melvin as much as I do. If you want, you can subscribe to this channel for more free documentaries about the life of the legends of the 60s.